everybody, it's your boy Sunny here coming at you guys with another Neverwinter video, and today we're going to be doing the beginner's guide to the Paladin. This is going to be two separate videos for the two separate builds. We're going to go with the tank one first, and then the healer one should fall shortly behind it. I'll probably do it the tank one today of recording, and then put up the healer one tomorrow just to separate the two. But anyway, without further ado, like I always say in these beginner guides videos, this is not a build by any means. This is just to get you guys on the right path. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. So we're going to go over to the power section. For your at-wills, I run... Oh my goodness, my controller keeps disconnecting. I don't know why, but it's wired. Radiant Slam and Oath Strike. We use the Radiant Slam just to get that lunge in. But most of the time we're going to be using Oath Strike, and this increases our threat. You can use Shielding Strike as well for the stamina regeneration, but I just like the added effect of the increased threat with the Oath Strike, just due to the fact is, you know, you're the tank, so you're trying to consume as much of the damage as you possibly can. For encounters, I run Sacred Weapon, Smite, and Burning Light. You can replace Burning Light with Relentless Avenger, if you so choose to. And for those situations where you're just trying to do you know, nothing but you know, maybe the DC isn't the best in the world and you're just taking so much damage and you have to, you know, then I would recommend keeping Smite, of course, because this puts you at the top of the threat list with this class feature that we're about to get into. But I would also run Absolution for damage decrease taken by 20%. And then Binding Oath, which is another stamina regeneration for 12 seconds. So with the combine of these two, and then Smite keeping you at your top of your threat list, this is also a very viable option for almost just like solo tanking anything. You know, once I put these on, very rarely will I die. But even with this combo where I'm at right now, will I die? Not to say that, but yeah, if you're just trying to go crazy tank, then you just run these two encounters instead of you know, Sacred Weapon and Burning Light. For your dailies, I run Shield of Faith, and I just want to make sure that I say this next one right, Heroism. 9 times out of 10 I just pop the Shield of Faith just because it decreases damage taken by self and nearby party members by 5% and increases healing received by 10%. So this is going to help out whoever's healing in the party. You know, a lot of the times I'll make sure I have this ready on the CC part of Loom, or, you know, this is really making me mad with this stupid wire. Just give me a second here. I don't know what the heck is going on right now. Anyway, you know, not to say that Heroism isn't good, because it makes you, like, you know, increase your maximum hit points by 20%, restores the amount of increase, and increase the damage dealt by 10%. This is good if maybe your team doesn't need the healing, you know, and you're just, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just something you're going to have to play around with to see when you'd pop it. It's all group judgmental based, I guess you would kind of say. But 9 times out of 10, I do use Shield of Faith just to help out the cleric. Moving on to the mechanics, you know, this is where it gets a little tricky, because as the Paladin tank, you have your regular standard block, which if you look on the screen is your left blue bar, and then you have your divinity bar, which is on the right hand side, and that is going to be your RB buddy. So I'm not going to go into crazy in depth about these, but you should definitely check these out and read them. 9 times out of 10 you're going to be using the left stick and just using your generic block, which is stamina consumption. But there is going to be a couple times where you do want to pop your RB, and if you push on the left stick, actually do your rooted kind of cone defense, and I use that on the boss at Loom when he's about to do his one move on you. I'll pop that. I don't usually use the cone one too much, just because it takes up a shit ton of divinity and you're stuck, you know what I mean? Once you pop that, that's it. But yeah, you know, sometimes I'll pop the RB just because of my divinity with this playstyle. It comes back pretty quickly. So, you know, and what that does is automatically blocks half the damage of all attacks as long as there's stamina. So you want to make sure that your stamina regen and your divinity or go hand in hand. That's why with the smite, I don't necessarily spam this. You know, I just hit it once, and that automatically puts you on the top of the threat list. With this feat right here, Divine Challenger, I use Composure, which regenerates Divinity 10% faster. Now you can use Aurora of Valor for decreased threat by nearby party members by 5%. But yeah, I just like the Divinity faster. I don't feel like I need the threat decrease. But if you want to, I mean, go for it. If you feel like you're just, for some reason, can't maintain threat while using Composure at your level, then by all means use the Valor. But like I said, just for my type of playstyle, I do like my Divinity come back mid-battle, so I like to use Composure. So pretty much going over, kind of a quick rotation here. You're going to lunge into battle, of course, Sacred Weapon, smite it off, and then just Burning Light. And I can actually hold this and block all incoming damage as long as my stamina remains. That is why I use this on mobs more or less. And that plays into the feat right here. Burning Vengeance, as well as the Sacred Shield, which Sacred Weapon now also increases threat and restores stamina with every strike. So that is why I kind of pair these two encounter powers with these two feats. Like I said, I don't usually go over the feats, but with some of the things I do use in the beginner guide, this is going to let you know why I use it. And then why I use Shield of Faith 9 times out of 10 is whenever you are healed, party members under the effect of Shield of Faith are now healed for 50% of their value you are healed for. So anytime you're healed, it's almost like a double heal when you got on Shield of Faith. So that's really a big help for the clerics in the party. Yeah, like I said, that's going to be it for this beginner guide. There's really not too much to the rotation here, you know what I mean? You're going to use Sacred Weapon. You don't have to spam your smite though, right? Especially on the bosses. Usually, like, if he's facing you, then there's no reason to spam your smite and waste your divinity. Just, keep attacking him with at-wills and your encounter powers as they come up. And of course, because as soon as there's a DPS that just takes away that aggro sometimes, you want to be able to have your smite ready just to grab that aggro back really quickly. That's the big thing as a tank, bro. Just making sure that you are maintaining the aggro, especially on the boss fights more than anything, because, the aggro isn't too crazy. As long as you have a decent group, they're going to meld through the mobs fairly quickly. But let me know if this helps you out in any way. Like I said, I'm going to be posting the healer build. Well, not build. I apologize. The healer beginner guide tomorrow. So make sure to look out for that. Anyway, it's been your boy Sunny here, and I will check you guys out in the next one. Peace out.